Hi, I just recording this video because I realized how this is important to know how to pack if you're going so far away on trip. So the hand baggage usually have 55 or 35 centimeters. So obviously including handle and including wheels. So it's actually that size of bag. This is even smaller, but I found the one bag which is 56 and I don't want to risking, to be fair, to have a problem on the airport because I've got 3 different planes. So I decided to take 53, so even 2 centimeters lower, and all my stuff need to get to this bag. But before I will show you how I pack my stuff, I just need to give you some information which is necessary, because the problem is not what you're taking, but the problem is with the number of stuff you are taking. Because, so for example, I'm going on internship to Peru and I will be attending to work since Monday to Friday, which means I need to have some occasional dress, and the weekend time I will be travel, so I need some kind of sport activity, workouts clothes and so on. So obviously I need to find the clothes which I can mix and they use for both this occasion, if that makes sense. For me, for example, they are most important thermal clothes because they can remove, sweat and moisture, and obviously they maintain the body temperature. And I like very much spider clothes, but you can buy any different brand, but obviously they need to have very good quality. So I've got 4 t-shirts and one will be on me, with the short sleeves. Then I've got 2 zipper blues. There is the winter time right now. The weather can change. We're not considering, when we're going to South America, we're not considering by summer and winter. We're just considering by the rain and dry season. So because that will be dry season, it's quite cold, so the temperature can change. Like for example, during the day you've got 20 degrees and during the night you can have even 0. So the most important are layers. So that's stuff which you can put it on and take it off if it's necessary. So I'm taking 2 that kind of blues. I'm taking 1 fleece because it's warm. So obviously morning time, and when I will be going to mountain, then definitely, when I will go sleep, because I forget to mention there is no heating in Cusco. Well, you can order some hotels, but I'm not going to hotel. I'm going on internship, so I will be living host family. So the ordinary people doesn't have their heating. So that fleece is very important for me. And the second one I bought, unfortunately, I need to tell you that I took hot bottle, the smallest I could, but I thought that would be, good option, to put the water, hot water, and just put under my blanket. And that small travel hot bottle is very comfortable, and definitely that will play a good role. So this is what I have to take it with me. The benefits of that clothes is they are very lightweight and very thin. But this is, like I said before, is everything, made with thermal clothing. So you can see that you can just fold them. It's such a, the very small stuff. I'm taking 1 shorts, shorts, leggings. And the same, I'm taking longer as well. So longer leggings. It's a Spider, I think so, brand. Yeah, it is. So that's why I don't like them, because they have no logo, but they have very good quality. So I'm taking 1 longer, and it's a black. And I'm taking the black again, but this one is just, actually I like these trousers because they are very ordinary, elastic, synthetic trousers, which I can put to the office, for example, and treat them like the part of the suits. I'm taking 2 long sleeves blues as well, because obviously the morning could be cold. This one is nice because it's fit to the body and it's very warm, but at the same time, maintain the body temperature and removes any sweating and so on. Okay. I will tell you something about these socks. This is very, very good socks. I bought them, I think, in the charity shop, and I took from my friends when we were going to Spain. The function of these socks, they are obviously they are synthetic, but they dry very quickly. And for example, I will tell you true. We took to the Spain. The Spain was very important if it's going about a bag, because we had to lift the weight on our bag, and we had to go through 600 kilometers. So obviously the weight was very important. So it should be like you taking with you about 10% of your weight, body weight. So for example, if I have 60, then I'm supposed to have 6 kilograms on my bag. I took 10 kilograms, but just only because I had my equipment, my grip. I was doing documentary video, which I will be doing right now as well in Peru. So obviously it took me 4 kilograms from my equipment. But I will tell you in a minute about this. And we took about 4 or 5 pair of these socks. But to be fair, we were traveling through 3 weeks, 600 kilometers through the mountain, deserts, cities. It was very warm, sometimes it was raining, and we never used more than 2 pair of socks. Why? Because every day we were washed. So when we reached Alberga, we went straight away to wash our stuff, and they were dry very quickly. And it's not necessary to carry, more socks. This is my very old-fashioned shoes. To be fair, that shoes should be in Genius books, because it's hard to say how many trips I had with these shoes. They have 19 years, I believe. 19 years, and never ever had happened with them. They made about 60% of Tatra Mountain, so about 600 kilometers on that trip. They're going right now to Peru, so 19 years of travel with that shoes, and nothing ever happened. So it's a leather, obviously. I'm always trying to protect the leather before my trip, so they are waterproof as well. Obviously not very heavy rain, but they are enough to go to Peru. So they're going with me to Peru again. So I'm taking just only 2 pair of shoes. So that sneakers are made from leather. So this is important. We're not taking any. I know this could be comfortable to take your trainers or Skechers and so on, but they are not very practical when you're going in a place like Latin America. Flip-flops. Flip-flops are necessary if you want to move from the room to toilet, for example. And however, I remember in Spain, I was very, very often was taking off the shoes, because after 40 kilometers every day, I was happy to barefoot. So, but do you remember that disposable flip-flops? So obviously they are very thinny. You can just, fold on them, or just press somewhere on the side of the bag. If you ask me like how to take a shower, if you can use them under the shower, very easy. Do you remember that shoes when you're going to hospital, and then just to protect the floor or to not bring any bacteria with you? So I use that kind of ordinary bag to go under the shower. If you're scared that you can fall over, just don't move. Just take a shower. Do not just dance under the shower. Do not sing under the shower. Just take ordinary shower. You can put this, for example, on the bottom of your cabin, step on, and just take a shower. And then just dry them, behind the window or on your balcony, and they will dry very quickly. Obviously, you can use them to put your laundry, or like, bra, pants, and socks. So, for example, you got one bag already, and the second bag can go on the top of your clothes, or you can put your t-shirts, and still you can use them as a flip-flops when you go and take a shower. Hat is important because obviously it could be rain, it could be sunny. Girls, this is not a fashion week. It doesn't matter how you look like. It must be practical, functional, and effective. So this one I bought for £1 in charity, and it looks like the pair of socks, obviously. So you can take it out. And here we go. There's a hat. Listen, I know I'm not look very fashion, but that's fine. It's just to protect you before sun. So right now I just bought this one, and I'm happy, how small and comfortable, and you can put even to your jacket. Oh yeah, jacket. For example, to the pocket of your jacket. So you don't need any much space, because if you put them to the jacket, voila, and jacket going with you, for example. The story of this jacket. Obviously you're going to South America in a dry season. It could be cold and rain, as I mentioned before. So this is important to have you know, not very, it doesn't have to be ski jacket. Other kind of pith jacket, for example, like this one, it's very lightweight and it's very warm actually, because I'm considering that it could be like I will be going to sleep with my jacket as well. It could be like that. I was experienced last year when I went to Egypt and I went to desert. I was going to climb to Sinai Mountain, and obviously I went through the Bedouin camp, and I saw lots of children, you know, about 5 o'clock morning when I was going down, because I was going up to see sunset. And when I was going down, a lot of kids, you know, they start to occupy me, and they just ask for not water. I had a bottle water, and they ask, and I remember how they said, "Oh, school bottle," and they just start fighting about this bottle. And I was like, "Oh my God, it just cost me just £1." I was able to give them that bottle, but the reason I couldn't do that was just because I had the water inside, and I knew that I've got 6 hours trip yet to get to my hotel, and I really need that water. But that lesson was for me very important, because I just realized when you're going somewhere, when you know there is a poverty, there is an economical problem, and you will be met, you know, people in need, that is important to have something for them, and you can share with them something. Even an organization from Peru asked me for any like medicines, bandage, plaster, and so on. Obviously, I have not much space to take, you know, clothes for them or toys. But I decided, like, I will take my old jacket, for example, and this is how I do right now when I'm traveling. So taking my jacket, which is necessarily, like you, for example, going somewhere, and you know that the jacket is necessary only because you're going somewhere in the mountain and that will be winter. But after, you don't need that on this vacation. Just leave these clothes for locals. They will be very grateful if you can share with them something what you have when you bring. And if you don't if it's not necessary for you to bring it back to home, just leave this stuff. So always think on this way, like you can take your stuff with you, and like even worse stuff which you don't worry to leave them, and you don't feel, you know, regret that you need to leave something. So take your old jacket, take your old trousers, for example, and after your holiday you can leave this with other people, which is absolutely amazing. And this is beneficial for you as well, because you win the space in your luggage. So you can actually buy something for yourself. You can take souvenirs, or you can take, for example, hat made it from alpaca's wool, or cardigan. So because you've got that space, because you don't need the jacket anymore. So this is what I'm going to do. And the last, there is just no more shirts, because I'm going to office. So I'll be working in office stuff. So I'm taking to that kind of shirts. And very important, hat, gloves, and I'm taking band, because when I'm going, for example, I will be going to iceberg as well. So sometimes I don't like, you know, I've got long hair, so bands is necessary, but it's very practical bands, because obviously you can use them to make a pony as well. Okay, raining coat. You don't need to have, you know, another jacket, raining jacket. If you have your pith jacket, it could be enough, but sometimes it's very warm and a pith jacket is not necessary. So you can considering to take, you know, just only like raining coat. You can, I will just demonstrate you. Yeah, it's perfect. I use in Spain just only once. There was no raining days in that time, but I took it anyway. A towel. You don't have to take, you know, very nice and cozy and made from cotton towel, because it's heavy and take you a lot of space in your luggage. So there is a lot of producer of microfiber travel towel, very thinny and dry very quickly. Medicine, so I'm taking just ordinary stuff like bandage, some kind of plasters, painkillers, obviously, yeah, something for my stomach if I will be having like in a bag or something like that. If you have a makeup, just forget about, you know, taking liquids, tonic. Guys, you're just going for 1 week to, I'm going for 1 month. If nothing happened, if you stop doing for 1 week or 2 your daily basic skincare. So I'm just taking normal wet tissue, which I can just remove makeup if you have makeup, but sometimes you want to just clean your face. So obviously tissue is much more comfortable because you can put them anywhere. And this is no liquid. Just remember, when you're going on travel and you've got just only hand baggage, there is a limit with the liquid, so you could just only can have just only 100 milliliters, but I think there is about 3 bottles on one person. So this is my toilet stuff. So the most important when you're going for some exotic country, anti-mosquitoes formula. This is important because obviously you're going to the country when mosquito could be very dangerous. They can, you know, spread lots of disease. For example, right now in Peru, I read 3 days ago, there is a yellow fever. So I'm going to Cusco, and maybe after Peru I will go to Colombia. I didn't decide yet because of that yellow fever. But obviously I'm going to the region where it's no restricted area and it's not required to have the vaccination. But anyway, you know, the mosquitoes can fly everywhere and they can just bring, you know, disease, and they just can bite you and you can be infected. I don't know, but just in case, have this all the time with you. So this is the most important, more important than perfume, girls. The perfume that is not necessary over there. So obviously 100 milliliters of shampoo, conditioner. You really don't need a toothpaste, you know, bigger than that size. And if it's a good quality, you need just 1 drop, okay, 2 drops per day, because morning and evening. And believe me or not, that should be enough for a month. Yeah, if it's going about a skincare, this is important. Like the same like with clothes, you need to multifunctional cream. So for example, you need a protector because of very bright sun, and you need to moisture your face as well. I very like, you know, the La Roche-Posay brand, because they actually are good with my skin. So that cream is very thinny and it's very watery, which means that you don't have to put this, you know, much, and it should be enough for a month. So for example, I will be using this during the day as a normal moisture and protector over the sun, and before I will go sleep as well, I will put this on my face. Okay, so this is from it's going about toilet stuff. Yeah, the most important, which absolutely I really want to recommend, is a bar of soap, because there is multifunctional as well. And I know because I took just only 1 bar of soap to Spain. And the soap has 3 functions, because as I said before, it is antibacterial, so you can wash your body, wash your face, and at the same time you can wash your clothes. Remember, when you're going somewhere on abroad, just check what plug is necessary, because for example in the UK we've got 3 balls, but this one in Peru they use A or C. I've got C, and I believe they will have C connection plug. Okay, so this is what I need to pack to my bag right now, so I will show you in a minute. Okay, this is my grip. Obviously not everyone had to take it, so obviously you've got space in your backpack. I use that backpack to my equipment because I'm going to do documentary video. So I'm putting my raincoat on the bottom. This is the kind of how we can protect it. And then just only tripod. It's very flexible. Sounds, so microphones, you can go on the side. I'm trying to have it, you know, close to me, because even when I'm travel, then I need some equipment to register my travel. DJI, very comfortable, so it could be on the top, because sometimes I'm grab it when I'm on the airport. The light to GoPro is very good, because when it's dark, for example, this is very nice portable, you know, and you can adjust the lights. And my camera, this is my second one camera. I'm taking different one, much lighter and smaller, but I'm just recording right now, so I just want to just demonstrate how you can put this. I'm usually taking 2 lenses. It's not necessary to take more. So lenses and camera is going to separate back. Right, straight on the raincoat and the drone camera. Then I'm using my puff jacket as a protector, obviously. So drone camera need to be protected. So this is like, you know, like nice soft foam. I'm not registering my baggage, so I don't have to worry that. Right, and all of the top of the bag. So having this jacket, I know they are quite protected, but obviously they will be with me under my seat all the time. So everything is packed already, so I'm ready to go to Peru. Make sure, sometimes if they complain about these 2 centimeters, like make sure that you've got available storage to just, you know, swap some kind of stuff. Like for example, I'm taking on my belt that kind of bag as well, which is absolutely brilliant if it's going about passport and some cash and credit cards. So always try to keep this on your belly, on your waist. So for example, if they start to complain about my height and there's 2 centimeters, I always can take it off, take it out from the back, my DJI, and put this over here. So make sure that you've got available storage to put something and just swap some kind of your stuff. But it should be fine. So we see you, Peru. Bye.